two dream team involved in this one. What's great about both of these guys is they can do it all.
What's up, guys? What's up? BRB got a DJ, and I'm bringing you some 2K12. Yep, this is the first for me. I never really posted any sports games before, and just thought I'd post it today for this specific reason, and that reason being the NBA Finals, which is going on currently as of this month. And I want to give you my analysis on Game 1 and what I think would happen this final series. If you guys don't know, or if you guys haven't been watching, the NBA Finals has been, well, consists of Oklahoma City and Miami Heat. And I don't know. I really don't care for, well, yeah, I do. I kind of wanted that matchup and everything like that, so just so everybody can, you know, at least get a show for the finals, being that the season is shortened and everything. So I kind of like how the matchups are and everything like that. These are truly the two best teams in the NBA, so I like the matchups and stuff like that. And what you're looking at right now is me playing with the 91 LA Lakers versus the 91 Portland Trail Blazers. And most of the time I'm playing my player on 2K. I don't really get into the challenges and stuff like that. The my player really takes up most of my time because I don't play this game as much as I used to upon release date when it came out. But in all, it's still a good game. It's still one of my favorite games and stuff like that. Something I won't give up playing because, of course, basketball is my favorite sport. So, anyways, NBA Finals, Game 1, Oklahoma City won. Down most of the game, most of the series they were down. I said most of the series. Most of the game, throughout the game, Game 1, they were down at least by 10 or 12 points. Couldn't really get over the hump. My thing was, throughout the first quarter and the second quarter, I was just thinking like, man, Kevin Durant is making almost every shot, but it didn't seem like he was shooting a lot at all. So I didn't really, I was just like, man, why is he not shooting the ball more? And one of the main reasons was stop them from getting more shots up and possibly taking the lead earlier was one simple fact, and that was Russell Westbrook taking a little bit too many shots. I don't really care for him taking shots because he's a really good shooter and everything, but in all honesty, if you're not hitting, just pass the ball. And not to say that Westbrook had a bad game or anything like that, but for the most part, in the first half or so, he did pretty well as far as passing, but as far as shooting, his shooting was bad. And I would have liked to see him getting the ball to Russell Westbrook a little, getting the ball to Kevin Durant a little more than him shooting the ball. So, I don't know. I was seeing that, and then halftime. Well, towards the end of the second quarter, I was looking at the score go down, and I seen OKC trying to make a run with Serge Ibaka, and a little bit of help from James Harden hitting a three, and KD hitting a three, of course. And I seen them still fighting, so I figured, that they're not a prisoner. I figured as much as they're not a prisoner in the moment, and they're not happy just for getting to the finals. They actually want to win it. So that was kind of cool, and it kind of kept me at ease as far as getting to the them getting to the finals and trying to get the win at a Game 1 and not letting Miami steal Game 1 from them. So I was just kind of calm with that going as far as that went or whatever. Going into the third quarter, they were down by 7. They came back. KD was still on fire. He was still hitting on all cylinders. Kind of took over the third quarter, and also Russell Westbrook started showing up and hitting key shots. And an underdog that a lot of people didn't realize started showing up The reason why, if you were watching the game, the reason why Serge Ibaka didn't go in as much is because Nick Collison was really showing up and really contributing to the team as far as scoring buckets and getting a lot of rebounds, and you know, helping the team as far as helping the team on the defensive end and making them just a bit faster than they would be with Serge Ibaka on the floor. So that was a good move by Scott Brooks to keep Nick Collison in the game as far as you know, as far as their lineup goes. They stayed really small, relatively throughout the game, and it kind of helped them. I didn't think that matchup would work out, but shoot, James Harden didn't get in as much because Safalosha was doing an outstanding job on LeBron James and everything like that. So with the lineup that they had, it just seemed like if you sit up there and look at that and compare it to Miami Heat's lineup, you would think that Miami Heat would have blew them off the floor, and that seemed to not be the case. Safalosha was giving LeBron problems the whole night. KD was as well, because KD came out and started guarding him off jump. So it gave LeBron some problems and kept him out of rhythm. He got in a rhythm a little bit. He was making some good shots, but as far as his jump shooting goes, when they made him shoot jump shots, he didn't really shoot good jump shots, and neither did Dwayne Wade. So I tip my hat off to Thabo Safalosha for, you know, that key defensive presence that they needed on the floor in order for them to come back and win the game. And midway through the third, you can kind of see the momentum shift as LeBron and Kevin Durant was going back and forth and scoring back and forth with each other, kind of like, you know, all right, my basket's your basket type stuff, which was kind of cool. It was kind of fun to watch. But I say about the 4-minute mark in the third quarter, OKC went on a run, and LeBron and company could not stop them. And I don't know, like, it just seems like the whole team, the whole Oklahoma City team was a severe mismatch versus the Miami Heat, which you wouldn't think that, being that they had Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron. So it just looked like that they were the far better team, and they far exceeded expectations as far as them being their first time in the finals and everything like that. So that really made me, you know, excited to want to watch the finals, because, you know, a lot of people, it's kind of crazy. A lot of people picked Oklahoma City, but a lot of people make that excuse that they're young and they're not ready and this is their first time for the finals and stuff like that. But yet and still, the numbers show that they're going to win. You know, they're the favorite to win the NBA title, just because it just seems like they want it more than the Miami Heat do. And honestly, to the point, the blueprint for Miami Heat to win next game would probably be if Dwayne Wade would actually show up in the first half rather than letting LeBron cover, you know, do the majority of the scoring and everything like that in the first half. Because right now, if they letting them do that, it's going to be a bad day for them as far as Kevin Durant is concerned, because I know he wants to go out there. He's going to get his points regardless. So if Dwayne Wade is going to sit there and let LeBron hit 30 and him 10 or 16 or something like that, and he's having a horrible shooting day, then they're not going to win any game with that. But for game 2, I expect a little more from Dwayne Wade. I'm not going to ride him off completely like some people, but I expect a little more from him because, of course, he has won an NBA title before, and he knows what it takes to win. So hopefully he steps up and you know, makes his presence known early in the first half rather than the late third and fourth quarter going to spurts here and there. Hopefully, you know, they can give Kevin Durant some problems, because right now it just looks like he has no glaring weakness, and it looks like he just wants to go out there and get the games over with as fast as possible, where they can go home with the NBA title, and, you know, try to do it again and again next year, because next year and the year after that, for the simple fact that, you know, these guys they're not even 25. The average age is like 27 or something like that. So most of the great guys that they got are like 25 and under. So, you know, they got a long way to go, and these guys are definitely here to stay. I'm pretty sure that Scott Brooks can keep the majority of the team. A lot of people are thinking that they're going to split up after a year or so due to contract issues and money. But if they win this year, I think that will give them more than enough fuel to try to persuade them to keep them there. To be like, hey, we can win again. We can win again. You know, if you're on a team that has the best chance to win a title, why would you want to leave it? You know. So I think that you know, the James Hardens and the Russell Westbrooks and the Serge Ibaka's and stuff like that will stay as long as they're winning. So I honestly think, you know, what player wants to leave when they're winning championships? Maybe they want personal accolades, but I honestly don't think this team is like that. So, you know, this can be a potential dynasty. You know, kind of like the Michael Jordan era and the Magic era and the Bird era and stuff like that. This can be something that we haven't seen in about 20 years, and I just can't wait to see how this finals unfolds. And my prediction is I picked Oklahoma City to win in 6, and I'm gonna stay by that until Miami Heat prove me otherwise, because, you know, Miami Heat don't look like they're gonna do too well in this finals based off of game 1. But then again, it's only game 1. It's still 7 games to play, so I'm not gonna, you know, jump on the bandwagon too much. But, you know, I don't know. Hopefully Dwayne Wade shows up and give them a series and it goes to 7. I wouldn't mind watching it. Honestly, I don't really. If neither of them win, if Miami ends up winning and I picked OKC, then, you know, one of them. LeBron gets his first ring or Durant gets his first ring. Both of them are well deserved. So, you know, that being said, guys, we already got a DJ, and I'll bring you analysis on game 2 when that comes up after game 2 or whatever. So you'll see another video. Peace. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.